And what I just stated.
You didn't say that.
Yes, sir, I did. That I talked with Councilwoman Holt because she works with corrections, that she could be of assistance with us, and I'd like for her, when we go down, if we can meet with them, to make sure that the agreement they gave us the last time we was down there is still a good agreement, and there is still property available for us to expand our landfill.
I said we're gonna do that, because if they're ready to start hauling, we need to know that the state's gonna let us dig some of them state land. We need to be working on that like in the morning.
Councilman, we are working on that, but until Corps of Engineers looks us in the eye and says, this is what we want to do. And that's what we're waiting on. We were told last week that there was gonna be a lady out of Birmingham, Mrs. Parker, that was going to call us. It never happened.
Did you call her back?
I've never talked to her. I don't have a contact number on Mrs. Parker. But I did have Bucky Jackson that called me yesterday afternoon, about 3 o'clock, that he is with Corps, and he told me what steps needed to be taken. So where we are now, I tried to place a phone call today to Art Faulkner with emergency management to direct FEMA to make the request, and then we go from there. And I think I explained about the paperwork, everything that we have to do to file this is the same process we filed with FEMA before.
It's gonna have to be a declaration, basically, and that's, say where it's gonna have to come from, it's gonna have to come from the government, basically, and come back.
Well, we have a representative down there, Max, have anybody contact him to help get us,
I've
get the
talked.
5 deal?
I've talked, sir.
Have anybody talk, Representative Mass to get the 5 deal up on what we're trying to do? I'm trying to protect our landfill, because when this is over with, these citizens here is paying to have, we don't have anywhere to go with it. I mean, the state have all that land out there,
And
and we
Councilman,
know this from when the,
Councilman, we're aware of that, and that's the angle that we're working on this, that we aren't gonna get caught short by allowing our landfill to be used when we don't have room for expansion for additional sales, so that's exactly where we are.
that's, if I can finish, man, that's what I'm saying. You didn't bring all this out to make it clear to me, maybe the rest of us, that it didn't happen just today about the state to have that land out there for us to put this. When it began, about FEMA and everybody who's gonna haul some of this, where he was gonna put it, they was looking at our landfill. Only thing I'm asking is, we need all our representatives that we have there, and person over Faulkner, talk with him. I'm just concerned trying to save our landfill. The state has the land there, and let them go ahead and get it done right away. They know they got to move it. They're trying to clean up, and they got people giving these grants things. They're going out, and we're gonna be stuck with it up there, working our landfill out, and our people, we don't have nowhere to put it.
No, sir, it's not coming into our landfill until there is an agreement worked out for it to come there. And I can't make that decision. This body is gonna make that decision once we get the information that we need. And there are about 3 steps in here. Yes, I want it in writing from corrections. And Councilwoman Holt has said she will help us get there to whoever the director or acting director is, to make sure that was a good agreement that we got. We didn't get it in writing before. It was a verbal agreement given to us when we were there. We want it in writing now. And if they aren't willing to do that, then we go back to the governor and say, Governor, for us to be able to help out in this situation, we've got to have direction of property in order to make this happen. So, since he appoints that director, I believe he could have an influence in doing that, Councilwoman, am I correct?
And from my perception, you two are on the same page with music about the well-being and future of the landfill.
Yes, sir.
I heard the same statement made by each of you, that you were both concerned about what is this going to entail for the future of the city's landfill. So what is it that you need tonight?
I just wanted an update to the council, just where we are. And as soon as we get further information, then whether it's a special call meeting, or whatever it is, to expedite this to make it move forward. That's what. Okay, item 3, we took the YMCA Partners in Youth. Councilman?
Mayor, I spoke with some folks with the YMCA, and understand that, speaking with Councilman Mayor Pro Tem Washington, the summer program is not going to be conducted by the YMCA this year. The YMCA does have another program that I feel that we should benefit from, as well as the summer program that Mayor Pro Tem Washington is working on. That's called the Partners in Youth. What I'm requesting is funds in the amount of $2,000 be donated this year to the YMCA Partners in Youth program.
It'd have to be a contract, because we can't just make a donation.
Yeah, it would be a contract for services.
Services.
So if it's a contract for services, I'd be glad to ask Scott from YMCA to come down and give us what this particular program is. Much like our summer program, it is geared towards individuals that are not as fortunate maybe as others in participating in all of the sporting activities. It'll pay for registration fees for children. It'll pay for some of their equipment. It's a really nice program, and I think that we, the city, will see a return on our investment.
Any questions?
I've got a question here. So you indicated that the city of Wetumpka will not be contracting with the YMCA this summer for a summer program to be put on our behalf.
That's my understanding. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but
I think back when we did the budget, Councilman Washington asked for that money to go to a program that he was going to run, and the council, when they budgeted, that's how they budgeted, was $15,000, I believe it was, to go to the Councilman Washington program.
Do you have any details about that program, Mayor Pro Tem?
Details coming up. We'll have it at Marlin King Recreation Center, the summer program. I was asking for, and we were discussing this, where it would be for all children to be able to come. But you have to work in the morning time till the afternoon every day. We have to hire a person part-time or temporary to be there to oversee the program. There's too many, all of our children out in the street, not doing anything, nowhere to go, all day. And this will provide recreation. We say we provide recreation, then we need to utilize one of the two recreation centers. We can hold something around. Now, as far as the wire, council, you saying $2,000 to give to the wire. What with that? Giving the $2,000 to the YMCA, is just gonna pick the children up and carry them to the wire? For $2,000?
No, it's not that particular type of program. It's a Partners in Youth program.
What are they gonna do?
It's a specific program that whenever youth come there, say for instance, it doesn't meet the transportation needs, but it may meet needs of registration fees. So you have maybe a young child who's, gifted and talented, in a particular sport, can't pay the registration fee. Mom and dad are maybe financially strapped. They can indicate this, and through this Partners in Youth program, right, it would actually pay for those types of fees, as well as, my understanding, possibly equipment for these children. So last year, I don't know the exact number of dollars that were spent. I can ask Scott to come down and show you where the demographics of these numbers were from last year. But in looking at it, I feel comfortable in asking for this for the YMCA.
And the summer programs that the city's contracted with them in the past have been held where?
both places, Martin Luther King Center, and then they